Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to my Call of Duty Ghost veteran difficulty walkthrough. And today we are on Atlas Falls, which is chapter 11. And this map is also really cool. I like all the snow maps. They are very stealthy and sneaky, and well, maybe not the later part of this level, but right here we're being pretty sneaky. We're underwater while they are above the water. So we're going to give them a nice refreshing cool off. There we go. And we start using our APS underwater rifle. And that will come in handy in the later level, the level right after this, where it's you're fully underwater and you're just that's the level that they made all the jokes about the fish physics, which everyone was joking around because this developer made a huge deal about these physics that he put into the game because of the lack of innovation on Call of Duty. So anyways, we're just shooting some gas right now with our red dot sight R5, which is my favorite gun pretty much. And basically I like to move past that snowmobile that I was just at because for some weird reason when you tap left trigger to lock onto people, sometimes it'll lock onto the snowmobile. I guess it's an enemy vehicle in other levels, which kind of makes sense, but at the same time you want to make your way by that just to maximize your lethality. So that helicopter that just came in, sometimes if you want to just hang back where I was instead of go through the building on the right, you can take those guys out before they drop out of it. You can just shoot them as they rappel down. Well, not rappel down, it's the helicopter's on the ground, so they're just dropping them off. But maybe throw a grenade at it or what have you, then you'd be easy peasy lemon squeezy way ahead. And I'm trying to really rush through this level because I had this level beaten already on veteran, but I had to reshoot this just because my video got corrupted on last time I did this. So I'm just trying to race through. I already know where I have to go, and the Rourke file's already achieved, so I don't really want to play through the entire video game again just so I can get the Rourke file, just to show you guys in my Rourke file collectibles video. So I'm just gonna show you the location where it is, and that will go into that video. So basically we just did the reverse rappelling, the grappling hook, right out of a spy movie. And I like picking up this gun. This is a nice little, I believe it's a submachine gun, but it acts like an assault rifle, to be honest with you. It feels like the AK-74U, and that was a really powerful weapon in Black Ops and the earlier Call of Duty. So you want to use this little corner for cover, and then if you want to move to the left, that's a great way to knock out the guys going downstairs. And I'd find that the ammo runs out for my main weapon that I start out with quite a bit, so they're definitely encouraging weapon switching and trying out different weapons just to get used to the weapons before multiplayer, to figure out what you like, which makes sense. And Merrick tells us to move up, so that is what we are going to do. But don't ever really listen to these guys, because sometimes they'll say move up and there's still like 8 or 9 enemies on the field, and you're just like, no, what are you doing? Are you crazy? I'm gonna kill myself if I do that. So just want to hang back. And he tells you that cover is useless, and he will be correct because our weapons enable us to just shoot through that sheet metal like it's nothing, like it's paper. So I get a nice little grenade on them. I find that grenades and flashbangs aren't as effective in this game as they were in previous Call of Duty games. And whenever I look for weapons, I want to look for the SC-2010. Like I said, it's probably the easiest to use weapon in the game next to the Remington R5. And Hesh, get your ass out of my face. Come on, man. And right at the end of the hall on the right door, there will be this one guy. And I think he'll just be making a run for it. Yeah. So there we go. Got him. And he will drop a shotgun, which will be pretty useful for this upcoming room. So if you want to use it, and well, maybe not very useful as far as veteran goes, but if you're playing on a lower difficulty, it'll definitely help with just clearing that room. And this level, this first part of it, where you're breaching and you're going up the oil rig, reminds me of Modern Warfare 2. And then there's another part of this level which reminds me of Call of Duty 4. I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, as you can see, the stopping power for this shotgun, especially at the range that I'm at, it doesn't really remain that effective. See, that one shot should have killed that guy in front of me almost immediately, so I just pull my assault rifle and say, you know what, screw it. Screw that weapon for now. I'm going to just play it safe. But if you're playing on a lower difficulty and you're just running into the room and running and gunning, then of course the shotgun will be useful. But since I'm playing the way I am, I don't find that useful. So move in here. This is the foreman's office. And right on top of that filing cabinet, that will be where the Rourke file is. So now we blow the stack off of this oil rig, which I'm thinking should have immediately blown it up and killed everyone on the rig, but I guess not. I guess we are invulnerable to that kind of thing because we're ghosts. That's right. I said it. No. But you make your way up here and you wait right here. And it's weird because it'll be intermingled. Some of these guys will have weapons and some of them won't as far as the civilians go. So, see, that guy looked like a civilian or an oil rig worker, but all these guys are pretty much hostile here. So you want to inch your way up. There'll be some guys in that room on the right, so just try and work your way from left to right while staying in cover. There'll be a guy behind the red barrel right there on the right, and I just shoot that. Easy. And also I like hopping up here right beside the propane tank to take out those guys on the left instead of risk my neck. And I'm just trying to breeze through this as fast as possible because I've already done it. So I want to get this guide out to you guys as fast as possible. So yeah, I almost get shot up there. Don't know why I didn't. So Hesh makes his way in there. He helps me out quite a bit. Takes those two guys out. Thank you, Hesh. And just get any weapon I can to replace the empty one. They show you ammo crates early on in the levels, but later on in the levels when you actually need the extra ammo, it's nowhere to be found. So yippee. So I'm just blowing up these red barrels, making sure there's no enemies behind them. Now my buddies move up, so I think it's okay. And I'm figuring, okay, where are you guys shooting? Oh, you're shooting right there, so I'll just barrage him. So that part is through. You don't have to shoot these guys, I just do it for fun. You gotta make your way down this walkway. And right here, yeah, there'll be some guys that pop out. And eventually they'll start shooting at you, but there will be a little bit of time before you have to shoot them. So when you come in here, in the smoke-filled room, you have to stay crouched, otherwise you'll you'll choke on the smoke and get messed up. And when these guys are extinguishing these fires, that's when you want to start shooting at them, because they will shoot back. I just saw that guy walk up those stairs. Just want to remain cautious, and even though you couldn't stand up there, you walk up. I don't know. It kind of doesn't really make any sense, does it? But we are bolting our way through this. These guys won't pose a problem. I just forget about that. So shoot at them, waste a couple of my bullets while the helicopter does its damage. And this part will cause you a little bit of problems. There'll be these guys on the left, on the upper deck there. And then there'll be an even higher deck up right in front of me. I just want to throw as many grenades as possible. It was pretty much the end of the level. And I don't know how I didn't get the friendly fire will not be tolerated when I shot Hesh there, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, these guys will run up over here. You want to take them out pretty quickly. One of them I think has a rocket there. I didn't know, but looked like he was about to shoot a rocket. And alright, so there will be quite a few guys that pop up here. So you just want to hang back here for as long as you can until maybe they throw a grenade, and then you want to move to your next bit of cover where you think you might be safe. For any guys that are close to you. As long as your guys move up first, it's a good situation to find yourself in. And those guys going up on the upper railing, I can't trust my teammates too much, so I just want to shoot those guys and make sure I'm just doing cleanup duty after them pretty much, because sometimes they'll leave a guy laying on the ground in quote-unquote last stand. And this is the part that actually reminds me of Call of Duty 4, where if you remember the very first level, well, after the tutorial of course, where where you're in these scuba suits, and it's called wet work, and you have these silenced MP5s, and you rappel down from this helicopter, and you're on this cargo ship in the middle of the ocean, and it's rainy, and just this one part here where these miniguns are on top of this railing, and the window. I know it's a really obscure reference, but those miniguns on that railing, and the lights there, and if you look, the helicopter just mows them all down, like the helicopter in Call of Duty 4. I'm sure you guys get that, but also I checked afterwards, and there's this Panzerfaust on the ground, so you can use that. Just using it as an example, you can take those guys out if they're causing you too much trouble. If those MGs are being a little bit ridiculous, which is understandable, they'll kill you mighty quick, so you really have to keep in cover when those are around. And Merrick and I are just about to finish the job here. Get that guy off there. He's sleeping on the job, and you have to use your left stick here to keep this in the green. You have to keep it in the middle. You can't let it get too low or too high. And this kind of reminds me of doing a manual in Tony Hawk, which I excelled at as a kid, so I had no problems with that. I nailed that shit. And now we gotta go. We gotta sprint. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I guess you can also apply this to Call of Duty 4 in the wet work level when they are trying to get off the boat as well, and the boat's sinking. So many throwbacks in this game. I guess they're just kind of running out of ideas, I could say. Like, not to disrespect them or anything like that, but how many set pieces can you really think of as far as army? I don't know. As far as army situations, I'm sure there's plenty, but I guess they're just running out. Especially if they're going to space. But anyways, that's it for this part, guys, and I will see you next video.